Greetings, Pathfinders. Welcome to our weekly show here. Anyone who watched our Friday shows before will know that this is a bit of a change in that I will be focusing largely on Pathfinder Infinite products, since that is the big new hotness that we got this week here for third-party publishing. Oh, I'm coming out a little high there. Hold on. Let me adjust the mic. There we go. All right. There. Okay, so tonight, first things first, we do have to mention this is more important than any third-party product I could think of, which will be unionized Paizo. So let me just shift over really quick over here to our Firefox slides. Haha. So, for those who don't know, honestly, you could learn a lot more checking out the hashtag UnionizedPaizo, or preferably check out UnitedPaizoWorkers.org, which is the website I have up right over here on the screen. Long story short, the Paizo, many Paizo employees are looking to unionize, and they could really use our support. Tweet about it, talk about it on Facebook, try to ignore any negativity that might be coming around because of what some people might think of unions, because the great people at Paizo who make these amazing products that we all love need our support, and this is our opportunity to help them financially, and I think stylishly. You could even show your support by going to show your support and checking out Redbubble for some great looking t-shirts. I know I've already ordered mine, and it should be here in about a week or so. I'll definitely be wearing it on the stream once I get it. Also mugs, stickers, you name it. There's a lot of information out there. A lot of people could talk about it a whole lot better than I can. I can come out and say, though, that they have the support of a lot of freelancers. 30, 40 plus freelancers, I believe, have all signed on, including yours truly, have all signed on to a work stoppage. So we are not submitting any work to Paizo right now, which makes the whole third-party scene all the more important, as while I'm doing okay, a lot of freelancers out there and other creatives can really use the support of people like you, having an avenue to get out their wonderful ideas while they are not working right now for our big Paizo company right now. So please show your support. Please do whatever is in your power. There's email templates you could send out to help show your support. There's a wonderful card link that is going all over Twitter right now that you could find to show out your support. Anything you could do will help. Just the moral support alone in the last, since this has all started, has been absolutely incredible. Since the whole Paizo accountability hashtag has been going out, and now the unionized Paizo hashtag, it's touching. It shows what an amazing, incredible community we all are, and I couldn't be prouder of that. So let's go ahead and move on. Move on sounds odd. Let's definitely don't move on from unionized Paizo. It's the most important part of this. Check out the BAMF podcast. I believe they have own Casey Stevens coming on. Hell, if it's on now, go check it out now and do the VOD of this, because it's that much more important. He could tell you a whole lot more about this, and they are discussing the unionized Paizo much more than I am, as I am focusing my efforts on trying to help our supportives that currently are on the work stoppage through Pathfinder Infinite. For those who don't know, Pathfinder Infinite, a lot like the GM's Guild for 5e, it is a place to write PDFs using Pathfinder creative assets. Most importantly, the Lost Omens and Pact World Starfinder settings. You can write your own material. You can put them up here on Pathfinder Infinite, and you can get 50% of the sales, as 35% goes to Redbubble and 15% goes to Paizo, which is an absolute bargain for all those assets, especially those art assets. Art is so expensive. And if you want to know more about how to get on Pathfinder Infinite, I'm going to really quickly plug check out Infinite Possibilities on NoDirectionPodcast.com. It is a series of 6 or 7 articles written by industry professionals such as Owen Casey Stevens, Ron Lundeen, Alexander Agunas, and more, all discussing the ways that you could optimize your Pathfinder Infinite product, how to get involved in Infinite, how to write on Infinite, in addition to all the FAQs that you could find on the official Pathfinder Infinite and StarfinderInfinite.com websites. They're really fun articles. I had a great time writing my own Becoming a Golarion Historian, just a little plug for myself here. It was really fun being able to tell people some of my secrets when it comes to scouring the wiki and scouring various Discord communities and their message histories for extremely niche specific questions about this horribly, wonderfully expansive setting known as Lost Omens. Alright, so we'll move on to products. Oh, that'll be something later. Alright, that will be for personal news, because that's not as amazing as some of the other stuff we have. So I'm just going to start really quick with, I went down these products based entirely on how they were organized in my Windows Explorer. So these are not alphabetical, these are not in accordance to how much I did or didn't like them. So that is as random as I can make it. So we're going to start here with Look Changer. I'm just going to show you the product page for this one. It is a docx file, which I thought was kind of weird. I guess they were having some trouble converting from docx to PDF. It is a changeling race, a like Eberron-ish changeling race, as in your part doppelganger or otherwise a shapeshifter. It has some decent lore. This one, I'm not a huge fan. I just gotta tell you right off the bat, I'm not a huge fan of this product. I'm not a huge fan of this ancestry. I don't like starting off my reviews negatively, and I usually never have anything negative to say, but there is one good thing about this one. If you've always wanted to play a shape changer and you're in such a high intrigue game that the ability of changing into an exact duplicate of somebody else is like a 17th level feat, oh man, you should get this, because this does do a great job of balancing out. Like, I think the person who wrote this, James Beck, must have had some problems with players in the past, completely annihilating their campaign by turning into people. So if you have a player who can exploit the high intrigue ability of changing into different people very well, you should probably consider checking this out. I personally, if I wanted to play a changeling, I'm going to switch over to my PDF view really quick. I think this is it. Yes, it is. This is the only non-infinite product we have on this week. Check out Pathfinder's Guide to Eberron. It is a free product from the Pathfinder 2e creative subreddit. You could Google Pathfinder's Guide to Eberron and it will pop right up. I know it's weird to talk about this free product on Infinite Week, but if you are playing a lower intrigue game, a classic fantasy game, and want to play a changeling, I'd probably go with this. It does more stuff like letting you turn into objects and whatnot. But this alone is a 136-page PDF. It is bringing over all the stuff over from 3rd edition Eberron into Pathfinder 2. There's ancestries, there's the whole setting information, there's a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to focus on that too much. Just wanted to throw that out there because I meant to talk about it last week and things came up. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Infinite, back to our great Infinite products. Factotum. Alright, so anyone who's heard me rant on Discord will know I kind of low-key love the Factotum. The Factotum, believe, was written by Eric Mona back in 3rd edition. It was Dungeonscape. It was a class that was all about imitating different class features. It was kind of the jack of all trades. Yes, jack of all trades, master of none, taken to the nth degree, in that it literally imitated other class features instead of having its own. It was a super fun, super skillful class. Why is my PDF? Oh, that's why. There we go. Alright, so the Factotum, it's on Pathfinder Infinite, written by Chris Falco. Love this class. It is all based around dedication feats. You get bonus dedication feats. You get to bypass the 2 archetype feat requirement to pick up more dedication feats. And you become a multi-class master. I would probably not use this in a free archetype game because that would get rather absurd. But outside of a free archetype game, this is the multi-class class. It is practically build your own class, the class. Definitely one of those things where you have to talk to your GM about it. You have to, you should come up to your GM with a build ready. Be like, I want to do this, and this. Because you could probably do some crazy stuff with this, taking all these different dedication feats. On top of that, it gets inspiration. It literally gets a pool of... It uses focus points, focus spells, to get class features, up to and including trap finding, something similar to sneak attack called cunning strike, a kind of attack of opportunity-like ability, a channel energy-like ability. It chooses these different inspirations as it levels up, and it could temporarily access these class features that are normally inaccessible even with multi-class dedication feats, or inaccessible or way too weak with just using multi-class dedication or archetype feats. It gets skill feats every level. It's not the worst leveling up weapon, weapon proficiency wise, but it's not the best. It gets skill feats. Does it every level? Oh, skill feats every other level. Skill increases every level. That's what it does. So skill increases every level. Skill feats every other level. So it's not going to completely outclass the rogue and the investigator there. Which, yeah, that's good. That's good. that's some good balance right there. So I like it. I think it's cool. You should check it out. It is the Factotum experimental class by Chris Falco. And I believe it is... let's not get into prices. Everything here is like $4 or less. This isn't about price when it comes to Pathfinder Infinite. You're looking at stuff. It's cheaper than a set of dice that you'd pick up on a after a good session because you're feeling dicey, and far more useful. All right, so we're gonna check on out now to not that. There we go. This is the Ravaged Rover, a gunslinging druid class archetype by Sasha Laranoa Harving. So this archetype, it's a class archetype, not a, you need your 38th set of dice. You don't need any more dice, Seven. You do not need any more dice. Oh, okay, what am I saying? You always need more dice. So, the Ravaged Rover. This is a complete class archetype for the druid, so it only applies to the druid. It's not an archetype you take a dedication feat for. There is a dedication feat you can take, so it's a lot like the... Oh man, there's one in Secrets of Magic like this, where it's a dedication... It has a dedication feat, but it's also a class archetype. It's like a bigger than normal archetype. This replaces your order with a roving order, which functions very much like all the other druid orders that we currently have, without the... without the focus spell, because instead you get the sap magic focus spell, which lets you sap energy from the earth around you to enhance your next spell, giving it +1 DC and heightened spell level, which sounds really powerful, but you do get the Magus spell casting style. The, what is that called? Spell casting table for the Magus is used instead of the Druid, which... Yeah, you're going to have fewer spells, but they're going to have the potential to be much, much more powerful because Sap Earth looks really strong in a good way because fewer spells per day, but you get that one powerful spell every combat with your focus spell. And by giving this up, you get access to firearms and alchemical weapons with the Wasteland weapon training. Now, your alchemical weapon, the alchemical devices, alchemical goods you're going to be crafting will be based around your order. So, for example, Leaf Order gets poisons, Fire Order gets, Flame Order gets like Alchemist Fire. You are a bit limited in what bombs you could have, which... That's great. Oh, yes, Sasha's in chat telling me Sap Magic only increases the level for the purposes of counteracting. Yes. So DC and level for the purposes of counteracting. Yeah, not heightened level altogether. Not the effects of heightened. That would be absurd. So that's very, very good. You get proficiency with firearms, proficiency with bombs. You get the ability to do really cool stuff like throwing out plants. I'm so sorry. You get the ability to do stuff that lets you survive the wastes. This is great in a campaign that takes place in the Mana Wastes, as that is where the Ravaged Rover is from on Golarion. You get feats that change what your order... It gives you additional abilities based on what order you're in. There, now I've said it properly. My brain just kind of froze there for a second. So if you're like Fire Order, you get Ashen Bomber. You can make choking bombs. If you are Shore Order, you get Rain Slick Ruin. So you can you get a personal rain cloud and don't need to make checks against concealment by people concealed by rain. Leshy familiars get Wasteland Weeds, which lets you use little bits of your Leshy for making healing abilities, making little herbal abilities, or getting little bonuses from it. Mutant animal companions, if you are of the animal order. It really does successfully play that fantasy. If you've ever wanted to play a Wasteland Druid, I would totally pick this up, especially if you want to play one that uses a gun and or alchemical weapons. Totally pick this up. It does it successfully. It's balanced. It gets my seal of approval. I love it. Oh, what time is it? Okay, we're doing good on time. I want to get into the next book here, though. Cantrippers. Evidently, there were way more books than released than the ones that I am reviewing today. Check more of them out. I will try to do as many reviews as I can every week, but I do like to hit my show at the 30-minute mark, as we do have Arcane Mark, about 30 minutes at the end of my show, which you should also check out because that Twitch stream is amazing. Alright, Cantrippers. Cantrippers by Joshua Henning. It's a card-pulling subsystem and archetype. We talked about it quite a lot on No Direction Geek Together on Wednesday, which you can check the VOD over on that podcast. The TLDR of this is Cantrippers use cantrip cards, which were originally mentioned in Secrets of Magic. Joshua gave a bunch of lore behind these cantrip cards being made and promoted by the Church of Erez, and being able to buy booster packs that contain random assortments of these cantrip cards, including one foil and one prestidigitation card in every pack. These cards, they're like scrolls, except anyone can use them. There's no checks involved. You don't need to be a spellcaster. You don't need a feat. It's a cantrip. On top of that, you can become completely devoted to these cantrip cards by taking the Cantripper Dedication feat and Cantripper archetype, which, if you take enough feats, lets you cast the cantrips at a higher level, lets you pull cards from a pack more easily, lets you substitute cards for different cards, lets you use those otherwise kind of useless prestidigitation cards for other effects, lets you get special bonuses out of those foil cards. If you like TCGs, you're gonna love this. If you're a card addict, you're gonna love this. If you want to play with somebody who's just kind of barely a little bit into Magic, or you have a setting where Magic is so commonplace that commoners are buying booster packs of Magic or single cards of Magic to help them with their jobs, this is great too. There is also a card blade. It is literally a dual disc. I gotta love it. There's just a lot of really cool stuff in here. I've been told that it's a Yu-Gi-Oh weapon. It is totally a Yu-Gi-Oh weapon, Severin, which I believe there actually is a sword dual disc in the 5th series of Yu-Gi-Oh, but that might just be one of the characters who has it, because I have not seen the 5th Yu-Gi-Oh series. I can't even remember. V-Trains? Yeah, I think in VR Train somebody has a sword that they use as a dual disc, but in this, you have stats for it right here. There is a feat called Heart of the Cards. It lets you quick pull to automatically get the holographic card inside and cast from it. So, yes, it's fabulous. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, yet at the same time, as many experienced role players will know, by the 4th or 5th session, no matter how silly your build was, if you play the character well enough, you'd be shocked at what you're suddenly finding these new ways to take this otherwise weird concept further into the realm of serious dramatic roleplay. You'll start out with something that's, yes, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and towards the end you're going, God, I just need to draw that one more card and we can actually get this, and people look at you like, yeah, I just said that out loud and we meant it. Alright. Kevin Gulusin just said he would love to see at some point an expansion on this around Harrow. I did announce on the No Direction stream last time that I am working, just personal plug. This is very personal. This is, I benefit from this next plug, that yes, I am working on a card game based on Harrow cards, based on the Grand Bazaar entry. There's 3 paragraphs in Grand Bazaar in the Mary Gleam Toy Shop, which that I did not write, but it mentions a Yu-Gi-Oh inspired-ish game where there's an ancient Osirian who's really good at it, and a rich businessman who's always trying to beat him, and it's fabulous. And they use Harrow cards to slap down play this game with each other, including weird Lost Hero cards aside from the standard deck. And I am going to be releasing a product based around that. I got the rules down finally for figuring out a multiplayer game so that multiple people can play, and it's not just everyone at the party watching 2 people play. And I'll get more on that later, though, when that's like more of a legitimate product. For now, we're going to be looking at products that are already out that people were smart enough to get out on week 0. Continuing with the Loamlings of Golarion. This one is by Michael Sayer and project managed by LJ Stevens, but editing by Rogue Genius Games. So I'm sure Owen Casey Stevens was involved in this in one way or another. So, Michael Sayer here has given us Loamlings of Golarion. Loamlings are mole people. They're amazingly cool mole people. I love this ancestry. There's a bunch of information in here about their society, their physical description. After the stats, there's even more information here about Loamlings of the Inner Sea, how there's some legends about Loamlings coming around because a mole defended Aridin against a Kaikak, some Druman Loamlings, some Irasini Loamlings, some famous Loamlings, a bandit, a mercenary, a champion of Aridin. There's some great stuff in here if you want to play them in Golarion. Despite what setting you're playing them in, though, they are a really cool ancestry. They do have a burrow speed right off the bat, so think about what your campaign's going to be like, because if a burrow speed ruins it, might not be the best for you. But there are some massive limitations to the initial burrow speed. It's only 10 feet. It only works through sand, dirt, snow, similar substances. So they're not going to be burrowing through the stone wall dungeon. So it's not too abusive. So don't worry about that. They have a bunch of feats that deal around using dirt, using earth, earthcraft, summoning earth elementals, making armor out of packed dirt. They have additional feats that increase their claws. They have additional feats that let them burrow even better than usual. For heritages, they have one that stays underground more than others, so it could actually use its scent through the earth. They have ones that are really good at climbing and athletics because they burrow through big tree roots. It's a really flavorful, really fun ancestry that I would love to see more of. Oh, they're also very cute. How cute they are is absolutely abusable. All right. It's also the product. I gotta stop for a second and talk about how great the production quality on Loamlings is really good. It looks like you could definitely tell it's by an experienced veteran of tabletop role-playing games, both the producing company and the author, because the formatting, the individual feats, the rules text, it is solid. This is a solid product. This is like, I could, the formatting, the layout, the text, if this was an official product, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Jacob Blackman's work doesn't look like the kind of art that Paizo uses, but it's fabulous. It's wonderful. I love it. It's evocative. It's cool, but yeah, whoever this Sayer guy is, he seems to know his stuff. He's definitely going somewhere. Yes, he is. I'll plug Sayer a little bit here, too. If you do like card game stuff, you should check out his Cartomancer by Legendary Games. You can get it physically printed or the PDF. It is an entire class based around using poker cards to cast your spells. It's really cool. It's expansive. It's huge. There's like over 200 spells in it, because you could have a deck of cards for each spell for each tradition, and choose which one you want to use for your class. And each of all the spells in it are really well balanced, really cool designs. I love it. All right, so let's move on. Moving Day. Have to talk about this. This one's gonna be weird to review because I don't want to spoil the surprise or anything, but I do want to shout out to it. Moving Day is the prequel to the Vellum and Lace series by Vanessa Hoskins and Helen Savor. It is fiction, which takes place in Absalom, and I haven't read a lot of fantasy anything in the last 4 years or so. I've been kind of just slacking on that, and I started reading this and couldn't put it down. It's really fun. It's really great. I think it's only 50 cents for this, and if you do like it, the future releases it's going to be released as a series over time, so you can get hooked on it and read about these wonderful characters and all their antics in the City of Lost Omens. Yeah, check it out. Seriously, check it out. I love the idea that Infinite's used for fiction. I didn't anticipate that until Vanessa brought it up and was like, I could use this medium for fiction. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Oh, yes, Michael just, Mary. Oh, Michael's on the stream. Yeah, he just said that, Michael Sayer just said that Andrew Stockel's the Cartomancer author. He developed it. My bad. So yeah, Andrew Stockel made the Cartomancer. Still, fabulous book, fabulous class. I have it right up. Here it is, Cartomancer. You should seriously check it out. It's fabulous. It is. I think, yeah, it's fabulous. It's great. I love the legendary classes, but I think the Cartomancer squeaks a little bit out as my favorite. A lot of bias there. It's great. Oh, if you don't see other people in chat there, Severin, I'm streaming right now on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So I have chatters from all three places. So unless you're in all three places, I'm using a program that lets me see all of them at once. You will not see what other people say. All right. So I'm going to end this real quick with, we got 5 more minutes. So I'm going to end this real quick by pointing out that I have a product ready to go for Pathfinder Infinite that I mentioned on the No Direction stream that I'd be releasing this weekend. I am not releasing that this weekend, mostly because I am privileged enough to not need income for Infinite quite yet, and I want people to focus on Unionized Paizo. The people who did release on Infinite, that's great, that's awesome. I'm glad to see a bunch of Day Zero stuff. Please focus on Unionized Paizo for now. I'll look into releasing this next week. I'll put in a couple extra pages even of stuff to make up for it. But, and for those who weren't watching the No Direction stream, I'm releasing Spell Tricksters. It is an expansion on the Spell Tricksters archetype from Grand Bazaar. Oh, I should put this under personal news because this is my own stuff. It is going to be a bunch of new Spell Trickster feats, items for applying those feats, even if you are not yourself a Spell Trickster. Mind you, Grand Bazaar does say that even if you're not a Spell Trickster, GMs can consider allowing other casters to take those feats, so that's not too crazy. A bunch of really cool spells. There will be spells to turn stuff like Color Spray and Prismatic Spray into a bunch of dragons that fly out and blind people. I'll give you that one for free right now. There's just, it's fun. There's some lore in here about like, some famous spell tricksters from around the Inner Sea. Oh, let me do that. There we have it. I'm happy with how it's come out. When it does come out, please give it a look. But for now, please support Unionized Paizo. If you want to spend more money, go to their Redbubble store, buy stuff with their icons, talk about it on your streams, talk about it in your blogs, talk about it on Facebook, talk about it on Twitter. Unionized Paizo is super important, way more important than any PDF book I could be releasing. So yeah. Oh, and as long as we're talking about personal news, I also have, where's my image? Why isn't my image thing showing up? Hold on. Oh, it's under slide focus. Here we have it. All right, so image, slides, replay. Yeah. All right. Also, do want to point out here that Grand Bazaar is out. There's some amazing authors that have worked on that. I also worked on it, but there are also some amazing authors that worked on it. You should check out Paizo.com. The blog came out today where all the authors were allowed to write some words about ourselves and talk about what we worked on and our experience together. This was the most, I think I could say without breaking an NDA, working with those authors was incredibly awesome, and working together in a collaborative space with them, it was amazing. Like, I'm actually kind of getting touched up thinking about that collaborative space ending now that the book's out, because it was amazing. I mean, just the memes that came from that space were awesome. Just stuff like the log bee or the fox log bee that you see over there. Things like that. We had such a fun time, and I think it really came out well in the book. Guns and Gears also came out. The author blog isn't out yet, so I'll probably pitch more of that next week. I worked on that as well. I'm proud of my work in that. Everyone should be proud of their work in that. The Gunslinger and Adventure are both amazing. All the extra stuff in there is awesome. There's so much great stuff in there, and I love both books to death. Talk about personal stuff. I also updated my summon decks recently to include reviews for all those low-level summons other than this is too low level for a level 5 spell, because you can now cast them as level 2, 3, 4 spells. As of Secrets of Magic, there are ways to summon outsiders like imps without using a 5th level spell slot. So my review's updated for that. Specifically, it's the Divine Servitor spells. So go check that out. And I believe, yep, that would be the end of it. The sidebar on unions was great. Thank you. Yeah, if you check out my VOD, I had more to talk about the unions. I am not in the best position to talk about it. If you check out the BAMF podcast, I believe Owen Casey Stevens is on there tonight, now, at some point, talking about it. So I'm going to be checking out that VOD. Check out, I'll bring up the site one more time. Check out unitedpaizoworkers.org. Read the press releases, read the information, read what you could do to support them. It is the most important thing. Severin Laureate says that the Banff podcast should be in 30 minutes, so yeah, check that out. United Paizo Workers is the most important thing to happen this week. In a very big week. I mean, this was the week where we got Grand Bazaar, Guns and Gears, and Paizo Infinite. This is a huge week for Paizo stuff. This, way more important. This is the biggest thing, and I can't not promote it any more than I already can. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Even if it's just a Discord DM to your favorite Paizo employee, you're an author, even if you've never talked to them before, but you know of their work, they would probably appreciate a message. A lot of them are on like the No Direction Discord, the Arcane Mark Discord, various subreddit Discords. If you happen to see them and they're online and they have a green dot and they're willing to talk, hey, just send them that message of, I support you, I'm glad to see what you're doing, I hope things are going okay, and if it's within your power to help any more than that, hey, go for it. Like I said, Redbubble has this amazingly cool kobold holding up a pickaxe. I believe they're based on the kobolds from Edgewatch, not 100% sure, but the kobold with the pick is a really, really, really nice logo. I love these shirts. I love this merch, so go check it up. All right, and with that, I believe we're done for the week. I will have a more in-depth review of even more Pathfinder Infinite stuff, at least 6 products every week on Friday, and as long as we have more products to make. There's already easily more than enough products for me to talk about for next week, so get out more products. Tell me products you want me to review in particular. If you write something and you go, wow, I want to see what Dustin has to say about that on his stream, DM me on any of the tons of Discords that I'm in, and or message me on whatever platform you can message me on, and I would love to discuss your product. Until then, I will be here on Tuesday. I crack open booster packs, I pick a random card from them, and much like a cantripper, and then I make a monster based on the card that I get. So if you want to see what it's like to make a Pathfinder Second Edition monster with me, spend 30 minutes on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and I'll be here. Until then, I will see all of you Pathfinder Infinite, Starfinder Infinite people on next Friday. And until then, please have a great weekend, have a great week, and please stand in solidarity with the United Paizo Workers.